Selecting a floor purely on how it looks under pristine showroom lights can lead to expensive failures. In an Ottawa home, those materials must withstand heavy use and the local climate to maintain their integrity. Here, a floor is a structural barrier that has to negotiate with melting road salt, damp basement concrete, and the constant click-clack of dog claws. The material you choose dictates the daily rhythm of your house. It dictates how easily you clean, how sound travels, and how seamlessly one room connects to the next. If you treat a floor replacement as an isolated project, you run into real problems. You end up with clashing heights, clumsy transitions, and doors that suddenly scrape across your new planks. Let's look at the gap between the theoretical ideal and the practical reality of your home. In a showroom, the environment is perfect. The displays sit on a perfectly flat foundation with zero moisture and absolutely no foot traffic. But your Ottawa reality is different. Your home deals with wild humidity swings, older uneven subfloors, and heavy pet traffic. While we are going over general guidelines today, keep in mind that any specific requirements for building permits, electrical modifications, plumbing work, or structural repairs depend entirely on your specific project scope. Always confirm those details with the proper local authority before work begins. That is exactly why Alba Home Services offers free, no-obligation site inspections. We need to accurately gauge your specific subfloor condition and room layout before recommending a product. Ignoring our local climate stressors and the age of your foundation guarantees accelerated floor failure, wasting thousands of dollars on the wrong premium material. 3 primary forces destroy Ottawa floors: winter salt tracked in on boots, moisture seeping up through basements, and heavy pet traffic. To figure out which materials actually survive these specific stressors, we need to map them out. This chart tracks moisture and salt resistance on the vertical axis and pet scratch durability on the horizontal axis. Solid hardwood lands in the low resistance, low durability corner. You get maximum aesthetic and resale value, but it is highly vulnerable to standing water and deep scratches. Vinyl plank sits up here in the high-resistance, high-durability quadrant. You sacrifice the premium natural wood feel, but you gain near invulnerability for wet basements and busy mudrooms. Laminate offers an affordable wood look with moderate scratch durability, but it is strictly for dry spaces. Tile gives you the ultimate waterproof barrier. The trade-off is that you lose warmth and softness underfoot. In a busy household, a highly durable synthetic floor means an active dog can sprint to the front door without gouging the finish. There is no universal, perfect flooring. Every single choice requires you to trade off either aesthetics, warmth, or raw invulnerability. Matching the material directly to the room's primary environmental stressor prevents premature damage and buyer's remorse. Let's talk about the structure of your house. Older Ottawa properties, like those in Westboro or the Glebe, rarely have perfectly level foundations. When your new floor meets an existing space, like a kitchen or bathroom, you have to work through a specific logic process. This is the transition check. If your new flooring meets existing tile, the immediate next step is checking the height difference between the 2 rooms. Based on that measurement, you must either plan a precise transition strip or you require subfloor leveling to make everything flush. If you rush the installation and ignore a bad subfloor, the new planks will squeak under your feet, the corners will lift, and the seams will buckle. You cannot lay a flat, rigid plank over a warped, waving foundation and expect it to hold together. This gets especially tricky with open concept designs. Running one continuous material through a whole level requires picking a floor that can survive your highest stress zone, which is usually the kitchen. This is why we urge homeowners to use Alba Home Services free estimates. Let a professional assess your subfloor before you buy any materials. The most expensive premium plank will still fail, squeak, and warp if it is used to hide a failing subfloor. Pricing a flooring project based on the sticker price of the material is the fastest way to blow a renovation budget. Let's look at the planning ranges for a fully installed floor in 2026, keeping an eye on the components that actually drive the total price. Laminate runs roughly $4 to $9 a square foot, and vinyl plank sits around $5 to $12. These are your budget-friendly surface choices. Engineered wood runs from $9 up to $18 or more, while tile scales from $10 well past $22. These are premium, labor-intensive choices. But look at this shaded area on every bar. That represents hidden prep, ripping out old flooring and repairing the subfloor. If you choose a budget material for a severely uneven room, your total cost shifts heavily away from the surface finish and goes entirely toward fixing that foundation. You can safely control costs by reusing baseboards, avoiding unnecessary layout changes, and choosing standard plank sizes. Smart renovation budgets prioritize spending money on a perfectly level foundation rather than maxing out on the surface finish. Arriving at the perfect choice means combining your environmental stressor, your subfloor reality, and your true project budget. Let's map out how this looks for a few specific Ottawa homeowner profiles. For the busy pet and family home, the recommendation is high-quality vinyl plank. It handles dogs, kids, and tracked-in winter salt. For the wet basement, you want tile, epoxy, or a basement-rated vinyl. You should never put solid wood below grade. And for the main floor renovation, engineered hardwood gives you a premium feel with maximum stability. Compare those strategic choices to hiring a contractor based entirely on the cheapest quote. It usually ends with ruined materials separating at the seams. A successful flooring project functions as an integrated system designed specifically for the daily reality of your home. The longevity and the feel of your finished floor depend entirely on the quality of the preparation underneath. Alba Home Services provides honest guidance, clean work, and durable flooring solutions built for real use in Ottawa. Contact Alba Home Services today or fill out our online form to request a free, comprehensive flooring estimate. Professional planning secures both the everyday comfort and the long-term structural value of your home.